Well, I'm a good shooter. I like to shoot things. I feel like if everybody was asleep and I had a gun and I put everybody to sleep.
So tell me about yourself.
My name is Justin.
Okay.
And I just literally got off the bus. I came from Mexico, Tijuana, where I was living with my...
We're people too, though. You know what I mean? Like,
so you can give me a program, but I have to accept this program in order for it to work.
You feel? You just seem hurt, man. Like, I don't know, something happened in Mexico that hurt.
this Skid Row right here.
One of LA's most troubled places, Skid Row, home to one of the largest regular populations of homeless people anywhere, is now growing with gang members.
Down here, this is where everyone disappears.
Into the despair known as Skid Row. 49 square blocks of downtown Los Angeles. An American encampment of 2,000 homeless like no other. Mental illness as rampant as is the trash on the street.
He actually stabbed a man in the head with an ice pick.
The tents are more like makeshift homes with tables and beds inside. Police say this environment,
we can't see it, we can't stop it,
makes it harder to fight crime.
They have the ability of hiding in plain sight.
These so-called tent cities in Skid Row spread out across several blocks and lie in the shadows of a growing downtown skyline. Police say gang members prey on those who come here looking for services and help.
What's up, guys? I'm here in LA, Skid Row area, and we're gonna learn a little bit more about this place. It's at night, it's a little bit different vibe and everything, so let's try to see where we can grab the vibes. A lot of people are getting ready to go to sleep, and some of them are going into their tents, so let's see if we can get some testimony from the people who live here, right? Now, I know what you're saying, I'm here by myself. No, I'm not here by myself. I'm here with a local person. It's actually holding my camera right now. His name is Joseph, all right? And so we've been here for like 2 days. This is our second day here. It's a little bit earlier. When we came here yesterday, what time it was?
Like 11?
It was around 11?
11 or 12, yeah.
All right, so right now it's going on 7. So you get to see how the vibe is, all right? So there's a large crowd of people right here going inside to this building right here. This is a shelter right here, and if you meet the standards, you can go in there and sleep somewhere a little bit protected instead of being outside, all right? And I saw the place yesterday. It was a bunch of people here, but now you see the magnitude of people showing up here, all right? Tents on top of tents. This is in the daytime, you see it all same way as well, but you know, people just trying to get some shelter right now. It's kind of chilly too today too. That's another reason why people will want to come here, just to get some good warmth. Let me see if I can try to talk to some of these guys and get an interview out of somebody. Your name, Angela?
Brianna.
Brianna. Okay, you from here?
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been living here?
Not so long. I feel like not so long, but I feel like it's been a while. I think I got here from Mexico when I was like probably like 3 or 4 years old.
Oh, you were born in Mexico?
No, I was born here.
Okay.
But then I left to Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And then I came back over here. And then I've been here.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I think so. I think I've been here since I was probably so I was born here, and then I feel like I was probably like 1 year old, and my family and I left to Mexico, and then they came back here, and then they waited a few like months until they settled down, and then they ended up sending people or my family to pick us up and then bring us over here.
And LA, Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
And so how do you like Los Angeles?
I feel like back then, I think it was since like 2019, I feel like ever since the 2019 occurred was bad. I feel like it was just off, you know, like it felt like it was just like you know how it's like the cartoons, The Simpsons and stuff like that?
Right.
I feel like it was like, you know, like
a simulation or something like that.
Yeah, and also I feel like maybe like for example like the part of like what was occurring is maybe like for example because it was all like weird, you know, and then I had just turned like I was gonna be 19. It felt like weird, like a weird like setup, you know. I felt like there's like, you know, like I don't know, I feel like it's like strange also because it feels like for example when I was growing up in Belvedere Middle School, I felt like, you know, like the Belvedere Middle School kind of like did something to like you know like to kind of like have like my head like, you know, like set up to be heard, you know, like the Matrix, right?
Right, we heard. Yeah.
It's something similar to that, to the point where like where they got like, you know, like exposed towards what they were doing in the hospital and in the schools. And I feel like it's not just been me who's probably been through it, it's probably been a group of family members in the past and then a group of family members in the past, because it's sad how there's been like drugs that's been, for example, like drugs have been going on for a long time, but I feel like people here do double the work as in like, for example, it seems like there's no love here. It seems like there's been more like forced into like the system of like work, home, work, money, home, work, money, home. And it feels like some people who have been, for example, like carried onto the system and actually just go to work, home, you know, like work, home,
right,
work, home.
Like the whole rat race.
Yeah, like for example, may have some younger, like, you know, may have their kids, their younger generation, who, for example, get like, you know, like carried on to like, you know, like for example, to like, you know, like the I don't know how to explain it. They just get carried on to like, you know, like they feel like their parents don't like them. They feel like they're not good enough. They go onto the streets and they get hurt or killed, you know.
Was that you? Like, did you leave your family? Because you seem young. You seem like you're 20. I'm thinking 23, maybe.
22.
22 years old.
Well, I grew up. Yeah, I kind of felt like that, but not really, you know, because I got to see my family struggle. I got to see my dad struggle, so I kind of, like, you know, like I feel bad being a disappointment to him or towards him, you know. But I feel like I could actually say that I'm being looked for all over the world because I mean I have pretty good. I mean I'm like, for example, you know how I said that I had like, you know, this like, you know, like the Matrix kind of stuff situation is going on with me. Sorry, with my vocabulary isn't.
No, you're good.
Really bad right now because I get nervous and then I have like that tick in my head that's like, you know, like it kind of gets me like in a situation where I can't really explain and stuff, you know. But I feel like, for example, once I figure that out, because there's so many people that think it's funny to do that to me, or like, for example, like, you know, rappers and stuff like that. I feel like maybe like I don't know how long ago like we started life, you know. I can't even explain what's occurring. I can't explain, you know. And they think it's funny to do this to us, and I don't know, like, for example, how many times it is that it's been occurring and how many more times it's gonna occur, because we never die, you know. It just sucks for the afterlife that didn't have the opportunity to be able to somehow like experience it, because they started to put people on caskets.
Let me ask you a question. Are you living here now, or are you just visiting your friends here?
I'm just visiting my friends right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What got?
I seen y'all last night. What's up?
We have an interview. I have one with you next after her. I think I tried to call you and you just walked past her. You ain't was anything.
She looks like a brat.
All right, I'm gonna catch up with you. Let me finish with her and I'll catch up. What's you gonna be at right here?
Oh, she's cute. I noticed you guys are lucky. How'd you guys get big lips? You guys look like brats.
Well, let me ask you a question. How you think life is here for people living on the streets?
To be honest, somebody told me, hey, why is your black family living in the streets like that? You beach. At least take your tent a few miles away.
Right.
It's like less than a mile away. The beach is actually shortcuts. Like if we were to go on a shortcut, there's so many shortcuts I just can't remember. Maybe for a reason, but there's so many shortcuts. Like we're less than for walking, probably 10 minutes away or 15 minutes away from
Is life here easy or hard?
It's difficult, I'd say, but it just depends. I think
Because right now it's cold. I see people using fire to keep warm. You know.
I feel like life is what we make it, and to be honest, I feel like we were not supposed to be exposing ourselves to the electronic radiation. We were supposed to get the wires off as soon as possible.
Wow.
People keep thinking it's a joke, but it's not a joke. You know, like I'm not sure, like for example, how well protected we are, but I know that as soon as we're able to somehow get the wires off, and we are able to get them underneath, like, you know, just dig them in the soil, you know, and demolish. Like, I mean, if I was able to do community service or be able to somehow like get like jail to be able to somehow produce money for people in jail, because I don't, okay, for example, I wish that people, like, for example, can somehow figure out either they want money or they want like el dólar, the pesos, like, you know, like the peso is like a golden coin. I don't know, it's like it's for me it doesn't really make sense. Like, for example, how people like to double their work, and I feel like that's also causing so many people like stress and pain because they somehow like don't understand and comprehend. Like, for example, people struggle at work every day and then they still have to make the money, you know, like to pay themselves out. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like they're still working and then they're still having to make the money.
It's a whole rat race, like trying to just keep up with society. You know, you go to work, you got to pay bills, and then what is it for at the end of the day? You know, then you got your house, but now you got to pay your house rent, and you got to do all this other stuff. Sometimes it's just easy just to quit and be like, you know what, I don't want to live in this type of society.
I feel like if I'm able to do something, I mean, if I was able to be like, you know, like if I was a kid, you know, growing up with my family members and my family members, like I tell my family members, hey, wake up, let's go do this, hey, let's go do that. Or if they don't want to go to sleep and they're just geeked out, you know, and they either like they think like I'm gonna go on a run or something like that,
yeah,
to the point where like they have to be spying on me the whole time. I feel like I'm either gonna like put something on the drink or on their food to have them go to sleep and go
Are
around
you comfortable being around your family now, or you live by yourself now?
Well, my family, okay, so basically I don't know how the chaos was occurring, but I feel like before I passed away, like a long time ago, I feel like I was able to get my military, my military degree, because I went to the Marines.
You were in the Marines.
Yeah, I was in the Marines. Wow. I got rescued also by Marines and military people at the age of 3. Okay, so it was 2, 4.
But were you a soldier in the military? U.S.
I feel like I was kind of like they would say that I was the only girl there because I was only like the only girl that they rescued, you know, okay, so I was kidnapped. It almost in the same situation. That's why people are really confused. Like, is it my job? Is it like they somehow hired me and I'm not able to be consciously conscious? But sometimes it just depends. I feel like when we are able to get out of the radiation and we have a way of being, only that could tell, you know, what is our way of being, because people get like carried on with being a group of people, and they think that only because the group of people are able to somehow manipulate certain situations, they think it's something that, I don't know, you know.
Right.
But I feel like many people started to do something really sad, and it's use electronic radiation.
Oh, right. You gotta be careful with all of that.
I know. I feel sad for people in jail. You know, if I was able to somehow think, you know, like what is it that people want? Like, why are they so angry? And what is it that people are?
What makes you happy?
Wondering and questioning what is it that people that are older than us are looking at and thinking about themselves, because they might think like, oh, they don't care or this and that, but it'd be like, for example, people that we look up like that, you know, like, and I have to use binoculars. I have to use like not binoculars, like, you know, like those I have to use my bifocals because I can't see from a distance, you know.
Right.
And it'd be like some people that may be like from a different generation or maybe like a different gender or like maybe like a different breed, you know, may think that they don't care about us, but it's like, for example, like, you know, just because like they might think that they may be from like a different gender, different generation or whatever.
Y tú hablas español, sí.
¿Ah?
Tú hablas español. Y bueno, y tu mamá y tu familia, ¿qué piensa de todo eso? ¿Qué dicen tu mamá?
Yo creo que están aprendiendo ellos también, porque ellos no tuvieron mucho la manera de salir a la calle porque crecieron muy humildes y salieron, por ejemplo, adelante, gracias a Dios. Han estado, por ejemplo, en una relación por mucho tiempo, pero son muy inocentes, you know, like, no salen a la calle. Mi papá nomás del trabajo a la casa, y a veces sí me siento mal porque siento que los he decepcionado tanto, pero también a la vez no tanto como otras personas, ¿sí me entiende? Eso es algo que, por ejemplo, por lo menos no estoy haciéndole el mal a la gente, no le robo a la gente, al menos que sea, por ejemplo, a CVS.
Yo pienso que tu familia está buscando a ti. Tu mamá, tu padre está buscando a ti.
A lo mejor otra Brianna, because I mean, yo le hablo a mi mamá and I'm like, Mom, what are you doing? Or no sé, you know, quién sabe qué está sucediendo, porque a mí por alguna razón siento como que, por ejemplo, hay una persona que, por ejemplo, se metió a la casa de mis familiares porque a él o quiere ser una ella, le gustan los morenos, y yo creo que, por ejemplo, los morenos y él, que se quiere convertir en una ella, por ejemplo, han estado, por ejemplo, queriendo planear a robar a la familia que
There was a lot of stuff going on with your family.
Is there? I mean, I don't know. People everywhere know more than I do.
If your mom comes here and says, come home, would you go home?
I mean, I'll question myself, why? Like,
Why?
Why would you come here? Like, why how'd you know I was here?
Because she wants to see you.
Oh, because your boyfriend or Junior or whatever his name is wants to beat me up in my house. I mean...
Was that happening? You think so?
Well, he's the one that has my family basically kidnapped because a bunch of morenitos are forcing him into like taking, you know, advantage of my hardworking grandfather. And
So this is why you left.
Because he's just he's basically obsessed with me, and he makes it more obvious. I mean, everybody knows and hears and makes, like, you know, sees him around, like running around looking for me, searching me.
When they're doing drugs?
Who? My family? No, never. I mean, I feel like they start to be able to balance out in nature. Like, for example, without the needle through the back will make everybody look so much better. I swear to God. And it's something like, for example, like, it's not saying it's nothing. I'm not saying that that's bad. It's not. For example, if you guys are able to take care of your soil and poo-poo in the soil, you know, like, just like anybody would want.
Because I know some people who try it and now they can't live without it, and it hurts them when they don't have it. Is that you? Do you feel like you feel pain if you don't have it?
Well, I kind of, yeah, maybe just a little bit of a substance, like, you know, and obviously everybody kind of knew the pain that I was going through before I was able to try a substance. And I feel like maybe the person that went around telling people to not serve me, to not sell me, to not, you know, like, to not,
You think they were hating, or?
They were just making fun of me because they were able to notice that it was just something that I was able to somehow, like, you know, like, I was dying throughout that whole week before I tried the substance. I was dying, so I was like, for example, I lasted 1 year with the fever. I lasted 1 year with, for example, like in my house, like, you know, like, I had my hair shaved off. I was like almost.
You're going crazy.
No, I was not crazy. They would say I was crazy, but I mean, you know how people, you know, like, I mean, you guys probably know the voodoo things that people do and stuff like that.
Santería y todo eso.
Yeah, voodoo, voodoo.
Okay.
Voodoo. Yeah, because that's where, for example, I'm able to somehow know and comprehend that it was voodoo, you know, because for example, For example, I'm able to comprehend and know that there's people that somehow thought of me as something or think of me as something, but as they know and they are able to comprehend, if they I feel like they got obsessed with, for example, thinking of it too much to the point where they got lazy of it afterwards. After people that were hardworking people started to do certain things, now they want to be lazy and think that they could just turn something into something, and it's crazy, you know. It's just certainly crazy. I could do certain things differently, but at what they need to be able to comprehend is how they made fun of people about putting those wires up. It's the same way they need to put those wires down. And mainly in this situation, you know, because it's the what is it called? Like there was whoever it is that claims to be like, you know, like for example, like a governor that claims to be like, you know, like a police officer, like a general, or you know, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I feel bad for those people because I feel like they need to be able to be a family before they think of being anything like a general, like a commander, like a this, like a that. They need to become a family first at home with their family to be able to be protected like a family. And if that was not occurring, it's sadly, like, it's not their fault. It's not their fault, but it's not too late to be able to look for how to get out of the house they live in. If that's not a good environment for them, they need to get out of there and just look for who is it that was looking for them, who is it that they know that cares for them unconditionally, and look for how to be capable of getting.
Quick question, Brianna. What type of job would you like to do? Like, you want to be a teacher, a lawyer? What's the plans for the future? You want to be a doctor? You want to be a psychiatrist? Seems like you want to help people.
Not really. If I was to choose what I wanted to do, it's either probably first bring down the wires.
What wires?
Those cables.
These cables right here.
Because as you know, for example, whoever wanted to use this so that they can play games on people.
Oh, you feel like there's something happening here with the wires. Okay, got you.
That's the reason why many people are going insanely crazy. Like, they're just, I mean, that's not an excuse, you know, because if they, I mean, I know that it's not an excuse because, I mean, I could have gone crazy, but as soon as I was able to, like.
So you try to stay away from all that electricity, wiring and stuff?
I mean, I can't because it's at a distance.
It's like everywhere, right? You know?
And it's not funny, you know, it's really.
No, I know people who feel the same way as you when it comes to technology. You don't know what's happening, you know? What can you trust? And now everything's becoming so digital. You got AI coming too, you know?
Without the power, without the battery, how's it gonna work? Because as you know, for example, they keep hurting people that are people that made buildings and construction workers that made, I mean, there's the new generation of construction workers who started to just do things carelessly and don't do their job like other people did in the past. There's buildings here that we have not been out of the state. Now they could be like this.
Like when it comes to, there's so many things that are so small.
Able to evolve, you know. It just depends on how they evolve, you know. They're so tiny because they just. Have you seen a small little seahorse? I had like a half necklace of like a half heart. A seahorse was like this tiny. It was not even like my finger. It was like you know, like for example, like this small.
Right.
That's how small a seahorse is, and it can have 1,000 babies when it's like that small.
So I'm going to leave, but
It does not eat its babies. It does not eat its babies.
I want you to give a message to people.
They just are fully developed like a seahorse.
I'm going to leave, but I want you to give a message to people who want to live on the street. What would you tell them?
Just be wise in what area of the streets you want to live in. If you want to live in the streets,
because you
might as well go live in the
It's
beach.
different for a guy to live in the street than a woman.
Because it could be like we just rich in the beach, you know, like we're not gonna be looking bad. People will not be talking. We could dress naked in the beach, and I feel like I'm just waiting for a little bit. Because I mean, I could go to the beach, but then I'm gonna be bored in the beach because there's people that are from like you know that are in the beach. Like for example, I went to the beach And I feel like when I went to the beach, like for example, you know, like for example, there's people from other areas that probably came into this area, and I feel like the beach is looking for a lot of you morenitos. You guys may need to go to the beach. You guys may.
What about
next partner there? And you guys should take every single one that it may look dark to the beach as soon as possible, because something about the morenitos are being looked for in the beach. So maybe you guys go there, you guys find your next girlfriend, your next boyfriend, or your next self, or maybe yourself could just turn into just a better version of yourself. Who knows? Because people are scared. People think that there's something there that they don't want to see, and I'm like,
what about
going to the beach and maybe finding yourself into like maybe just getting a better version of yourself or something.
Brianna,
I feel like friends are friends that would be like, let's go, let's just go. That's true. There's more than enough signs. Mother Nature and the earth has been like, you know, asking for like just to go see something, just to go look for what it is that could make somebody, because I feel like people go, but they just go by themselves, or they go, but they go forced, and it just, or they go but they force somebody to go with them, so it just makes it into something that's not, you know. So if they want to go, maybe if they go and they ask somebody, hey, let's go, maybe the person that says no to them be like, okay.
But would you rather live on the beach, or would you like
to have fun with? Go with the person that you would less expect to have fun with. Go with the person that probably the group of people would say, oh yeah, but let's not take that person. Take that person and just watch like the least and the last person that you guys can expect that would bring a smile to your face.
Bring that person?
Oh, yeah, take that person. Could be the one that probably is gonna make you laugh, and you're not gonna be bored.
Were you that person? Are you like that person? Were your friends, your other friends?
No, I feel like I feel like I would never tell my friends like, oh no, don't come with them.
No, I like.
My friends might be I mean, they're not really my friends. I mean, I don't think if that was the case, I don't think they would be my friends unless they're, for example, telling me like, oh, like it's a family thing or something, you know. But still, I feel like my friends would not say that, you know. But at this point right now, I don't think I really much have friends, because I feel like people were just looking for how to be beneficial. And I feel like, for example, I feel like this is my last life here, you know, because I feel like I've already been through enough, to the point where, for example, I was only asking people to be able to just do something for themselves before I leave, you know, because I mean, people are still gonna be here, you know, before, and I mean, this is my last life here, so I mean, after I get out of here, I mean, it could be one way or another, but I'm still gonna be getting out of this area, you know.
Well, I hope you get out of this area, all right? You deserve to be home comfortably. I think you would prefer staying in a house than on the streets. It's fun to be on the beach sometime, but I know you want to be in your big bed, but in your own apartment, doing your own thing. You know
what I was thinking? I was like, if I was able to somehow turn this into a scene, because I feel like I'm just going to be like, I mean, I like to be, I mean, I don't know where I'm going to be when I get out of here. Because, I mean, people have dreams, but people have not been able to see like themselves go to sleep, you know. People from the underworld, you know, like for example, I come from like many generations, so I'm like, for example, mix. I don't even know how it is that I mix.
Let me ask you, if someone comes here and want to help you out, would you take their help?
Yeah, I probably look for how to be capable of getting along with them, because
maybe they can give you a new job.
I wish I was able to go to their side of the town so I could be able to surprise them, because I feel like the more bad I feel like I look, drugs probably would burn me out. And
so drugs, maybe you take some break off of drugs, do something, maybe read, hang out at the beach. You look like you like to read a lot. Maybe do some other thing, draw, do something with art, sing. Do you sing?
Well, that was not a gunshot, right?
No, that wasn't a gunshot. Something fell.
I feel like if I was able to somehow, well, I'm a good shooter. I like to shoot things. I feel like if everybody was asleep and I had a gun and I put everybody to sleep, you know, so that they're not f***ing around with the energy. Because I feel like the only reason that the people have not been capable of bringing the wires down is because everybody's up, geeked out, and their energy could, like, even in the valley, it would be like zzz. I'm like, oh no, their energy is bad. Put the phones away, turn off the cables, unplug the wires and basically just put your phones away. And maybe that's the only thing that's needed, you know? And I feel like if people want to know what power is about, I know how to be able to control power. And like, if we're able to put that underneath our house, it's like we're recharging our own power, and we get out, we run faster, we do things faster, and it'd be faster. Like, that's an actual power, you know? We can turn. It's because you guys are two handsome brothers.
Sweetie, but I want to say thank you for the interview.
That's why I'm like thinking like Morenitos. I remember Morenitos because I used to be a Morenita, you know? But I feel like, for example, you guys have been exposed to, for example, getting made fun of by a group of people that you guys think that, or thought that you guys may be friends with. Or I think you guys look up to a group of people that are maybe like been laughing at a lot of us. And it's so concerning because, I mean, I don't think that's something that people were supposed to be allowing themselves to go through, you know?
Right.
And I'm not sure what it is that you guys may be looking for. But I think it's concerning what other people that have been doing things to you guys, because you guys are sad. You guys need to heal your heat and not do things like anger heat. No, that's not the heat I'm talking about. That's just not the heat I'm talking about. I'm talking about the like, feel your passion heat, you know, the heat and passion, you know, like the warmth in yourself, you know, like that kind of like,
right,
you know, paternal, maternal, you know.
But we're gonna leave, okay?
The heat that you guys need to heal, because right now, like, it does not matter how or what it is people think. There's nothing that feels better than to be able to heal like the heat within, you know, like your loved ones. And
it was a pleasure talking to you. And let me tell you something. I believe somebody's gonna come wanting to help you. If they come,
I wish I was able to help them. It's because sometimes I try to say things, you know, because I've met people, you know, and I feel like the only reason I would meet them was like a hi and a bye, and I feel like I was not fully able to fully speak with them verbally. So I feel like that my academic skills.
No, you're good, girl.
Like by myself
you're very
in my
good.
head, I feel like I could speak you know, but I feel like I just need to be feeling more like I need to be more away from the people that are in the background and probably in their house in the phone thinking
We're gonna we hopefully we can get you some help. And
I need to be.
My camera, my cell phone, I was filming my cell phone, it died. But she was an interesting soul, and there's so many people here that have an interesting soul, guys. If you want to find out where is she, it's San Pedro Street. What is this avenue here?
San Pedro and 6th Street.
All right, guys, so come to San Pedro and 6th Street if you want to help her, and so many other stories here. Everyone has a story. It's just heartbreaking to see someone just homeless at 22 years old. It don't make any sense to me. You know, normally you would think about someone that's homeless maybe in their mid 40s because of family issues. You know, at that time your support system is a little bit lower compared to someone that's young, but you got people probably younger than her out here. You know what, let's get in the car. We'll film this better in the car. So I got another setup. I'm using my GoPro and now I'm using my flashlight. But basically it was a sad story between that woman. Honestly, I think she was going through a lot at her house with the family, and then I guess her mother's boyfriend and everything. Maybe some issues with her. She just felt like she's being alienated. Yeah. Her friends, and you know, she mentioned something about how her friends were telling people to stop serving her. So I guess that was the whole thing. Maybe, you know, they were trying to save her, and
yeah, she didn't want that.
And then she just took off.
Yeah.
And now she's in a. Honestly, we probably caught her right after she took something.
I think initially when you initially asked her about the interview, I think they were planning to do something, and then
she took a while, and then she came out, and then she took off. It's a sad story, bro. It's a sad story, and like I said, it's not just her. You can't just help but to just think about someone so young and seems so innocent, just be strung up. But this story is for everybody that's out here. Mental health, mental illness. So that's another one. People who have mental issue problems that can't find help, they end up on the street, and then they get mixed up with drugs as well. Yeah. And that's a dangerous combination itself.
Yeah, they find comfort in the drugs, and then the drugs becomes their escape of their reality, and then it just becomes an
I don't know. if you notice it, when like we moved away from the car, they started to put the fire up a little bit more, and it just there was some type of smell that was just there. You smell that smell?
So what they were burning a lot of like paper and plastic. So that's what was all the smoke and all of that was from.
It was an unpleasant smell. It's like, well, I can smell something burning. It felt like they was doing some other stuff in there too. Like they was mixing it up with some extra stuff. All right. I seen some other lady there. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna try to holler at her and see her perspective. I don't know if she's a woman or not. Well, that's not my problem. Okay.
We'll find out. Gonna learn today. Haven't heard say?
All right. So tell me about yourself.
My name is Justin.
Okay.
And I just literally got off the bus. I came from Mexico, Tijuana, where I was living with my stepfather. And I came here because the good Lord called me here. And he told me that, excuse me, he told me that the dark chapters of my life were done. Now my fortunes are going to change, and I come here waiting, expecting a miracle. I don't know what, but he told me to be here, and so I am here, waiting.
You just got here?
Just got here.
Well, why this area? All the places you could have been in.
I don't know. He told me to come here, so I came here.
Okay. Are you?
I'm following on faith. I don't know how else to explain it. I know that sounds crazy, but if you think about it, if you believe the scripture, it's no different than when he called Abraham to a country he never seen before, to a land that he never been to, and he just packed up and left everything he knew behind. Kind of like that.
So you were in Mexico. And you packed up everything you had.
No, I came with the clothes on my back and just a few provisions for the journey. I have clothes, but I don't think I'm gonna need them.
Okay. All right. And so you're gonna be here until you see what happens.
Yep.
All right. This is a very dangerous neighborhood.
I know that.
Okay. Do you feel safe here, or?
I feel safe in the hands of the Lord. Yes.
Okay. All right. Would you rather be in a shelter right now, or being in the street?
I don't know where he wants me to go, but wherever he wants me to go, that's where I'll be. And if he tells me to go into a shelter, then I'll go into one. I'm kind of playing it, you know, one moment at a time here.
What's your thoughts on drug use?
I don't really do it. It's been in my past a long time ago. My only real problems now are maybe sugar, caffeine, and junk food, but I really don't do drugs anymore. I don't drink anymore. I don't do anything anymore.
You really don't, or
no? Really, it's been a long time. I've smoked some weed. I've drank a few times, but I never really got into hard drugs of any kind, and never developed any habit like that. But you know, a lot of my problems have to do with my gender identity, and you know, being repressed, being a child, and all that stuff, not wanting to live, you know, that kind of stuff. And so I have to be myself.
Do you feel like because you're around so many drug users, you won't be influenced or feel like you're being pressured into doing something?
Temptation is always there, but I'm not going to give into it.
So what would you tell people who get into drugs?
People get into drugs because they're running away from something that they can't face. And there are other ways, because running away from your problems doesn't help you.
Right.
They're not going away, and you know, God can help you. He can help you get through it. And
amen.
We go through hard times, but you know, He can bring us through it.
You just seem hurt, man. Like, I don't know, something happened in Mexico that hurt you or something. Is that what happened? Something in Mexico?
No, happened? I'm just really emotional. I've been on HRT for a while, so it's going to happen, you know. I got a lot of years of repressed feelings and stuff like that. you know.
What do you want to tell the world? Is there something you want to tell the world? Maybe that's what you're here for. Tell the world something.
If you don't know the Lord, you've got to get saved. It's a free gift. It doesn't cost anything. You don't have to earn it. You just accept the sacrifice that God made for you on the cross to pay for your sins, and you get a free ticket to heaven. That's it. If you do know the Lord, remember what he said about what was it, Capernaum, that he didn't do many miracles there because of their unbelief. Many people say God doesn't do those big time biblical miracles anymore. That's not true. He does them if you believe.
All right. Amen. Amen. So I'm going to say thank you for the interview, and may may you be a blessing to the people here. All right?
Try.
All right. All right. See you. See you. All right. Gotta wipe these shoes a little bit, man, except in that water right there. Like if it was water.
Feet submerged in it?
Yeah, man. It wasn't raining today neither. Oh, let me get your insight. Okay.
I didn't really super hear you, but the person you were just talking to definitely sounded like they were a lot more like together compared to a lot of the other people. They were talking about religion and all of that stuff.
But you know what? Even though you could see that person had so much hurt,
yeah, for sure.
And they said that God wanted them to be there. Maybe that's true. Yeah. Maybe it worked out that way. But I felt like that person was just running from whatever they were going.
Or guilt. They feel like they've done something bad and they feel like they deserve to be here.
Maybe.
That's why they're putting that on themselves like that.
Dang, that might have been it.
I mean, guilt is a strong thing, man. You feel like if you did something wrong that you deserve to be in a bad position, even though it's not true, but I mean, it's definitely a thing. I didn't really hear the full conversation because I was like just looking out, but that person they didn't seem intoxicated with anything.
No.
Like they seemed like their hair was on straight in terms of like they were thinking clearly and saying things clearly. So I'm not sure though. You can never know.
At the end of the day, for me, it's like I just see a lot of hurt people.
Yeah.
A lot of hurt people, and frankly, a lot of them okay with being hurt. They have learned to live a life and internalizing their hurt. Excuse me, not hope, hurt.
Yeah.
And you know what? They're not waiting on nothing neither. They're not waiting on nothing. They're just
living their life still, man. You know, whatever that may consist of, whatever that may be. I guess they just enjoying it the best way they know how. Especially living on the streets is already rough.
All right, guys, so we're in luck. We met with one of the people here who is trying to help out the homelessness. This is Joe. How you doing, Joe?
It's Jeff again.
We're gonna cut that off. All right, guys, we're in luck. We met one of the people that are trying to help out with the homelessness here. Meet Jeff. How you doing, Jeff?
I'm all right. You know, I work the overnight shift, you know, and just speaking to you because you asked me to.
Right.
So what would you like to talk about?
Why is there so much homelessness? We drive around this whole neighborhood and just see so many tents here, centered in this particular area as opposed to other parts of the city.
Well, I believe they could be anywhere.
Right.
You know, because you have homeless everywhere.
Okay.
But this is in the area where they get everything they need. You have Midnight Mission. You have Mission right here in the middle of the block. You have stuff for dudes that's homeless coming out of prison and jail. Then you have a mission around the corner on 5th Street. So you have, and then you have missions over here that feed every morning. So all these places is convenient for a person that has nothing or don't want anything.
Okay.
You know, plus you have mental problems and you have drug problems.
Okay.
And this is why you have so much homeless in this area, you know. But they're doing a lot because I've seen a lot of them get housing around this place. They got little housings, little rooms for them. So a lot of them is doing their paperwork and getting off the street. Some don't care. Some gave up on themselves.
Some just want to be out.
Yes. Some don't like structure. A military brother right there, I can't tell. He'll pee right there on the ground. You know, I treat him like a human being. Hey man, how you doing? You know, and he's smart, but he's old.
And he just wants to be out in the street.
He just wants his coffee and talk how he want to talk. And you see them all. You know, they a lot of them is harmful. You have some that's violent, but other than that, it's just like every other area. It's just more people that's out at night homeless because they have nowhere to go.
You mentioned that they're doing programs here. What else is the government doing to?
Well,
in your opinion,
they're doing all they can, really. But it's for the people to accept what they're doing. So you can give me a program, but I have to accept this program in order for it to work wholeheartedly. If I don't do that, it'll never work.
And a lot of people are not willing to accept, maybe because of addiction problems and stuff like that.
Yes.
Do you have a rehab scenario here?
They have everything they need here to help these people. All they got to do is step out and say, I need the help.
What got you involved in, if I can ask?
Well, life.
Right.
You know,
why you want to help?
Well, it's a perspective where you give back to people that need it. And you might have been there if you didn't see this. You know, that's all I can say about that.
Right.
If you don't see this day-to-day violence, the weak, how it goes, you know, it's a pecking order and you see it. You know, I don't see how people gave up on themselves to live like this. You can go right to that corner and see tents, trash, and rats all together.
Right.
Living. And it's like, wow. But that's their life. And they live with it. You can't do nothing about it and just try to help them when they're ready.
Is there something special about LA?
You're gonna see
They bust a lot of people. They bust a lot of people here too during that cold little spell. They brought a lot of people in from other states and stuff because our weather and stuff.
Oh, they bus them.
Oh yeah, they bust them.
Other states will put them homelessness on the bus and then ship them here.
Yep.
Because this is like a refuge.
The weather here is good. In other states, the weather was super bad. They couldn't live in the street.
And then also they have laws that prohibit people from laying on the sidewalk. It's loitering, even though they're surviving. You know, so.
And
that's
California,
what pushed people to California as well.
I've heard rumors of California building huge facilities to help out the homeless, but they would also give them drugs as well to help them with their addiction in some way.
I have no idea about the drugs.
I heard, well, not the drugs. They gave out needles and stuff though.
Yes, that's
excuse me.
About that program.
Okay.
Well, what they're doing with that program, I see it just right on Town Street, I believe. The refresh center, and they give them this in order to stop diseases.
Okay.
So they're not giving them drugs, but they're giving them the equipment that they need to use the drugs. Because either I'm gonna go get that, I'm a drug addict. If I'm a drug addict, I'm going to get what I need no matter what, because I need it. So some will use somebody else's, and that's what they're trying to prevent. I've seen Colorado do it. You know, Colorado sell drugs under a church, and that's on PBS. So, I mean, California's not selling drugs. These is hard drugs they was giving out under the church. $5 and $10 bags with the needle. They say that works. So it's a lot of things every state is trying.
Man, I appreciate you, man.
All right.
All right, guys. Jeff in the building. Appreciate you. All right. Let's check this out right here. They actually have these portable toilets for the homeless people just in case they need help. From my understanding, speaking to people here, they literally, wow, was that a rat? They literally have companies that their job is to make sure they clean these streets. Because I think that was one of the outrage from people in the city. It's like, yo, I'm tired of walking through trash like this. It looks like they're burning clothes to keep warm right now because it's kind of chilly in LA. So guys, in this area, there's a lot of trash, this constant smell of old urine. It's everywhere. It's interesting to see how there's so many people here who are going through the same thing, and they found friendship in that. You know, a lot of people here are addicted to drugs, and if it's depending on the drug, it's almost hard for them to quit it, because if they don't get their fix, they start experiencing a lot of pain. It's a perpetual cycle over and over and over again. So guys, we're lucky to find Andrew. So Andrew, how's your life here?
Struggle, trying to get my own place, but you know, every day is God blessings for me to wake up every day, you know. I mean, it's Skid Row, so I mean, there's not much I can say, and much thing that you want me to ask.
How long have you been here? Like
2 years.
2 years. If there's anything that you think in your life happened to you, I don't know if you could share, you feel like that brought you here.
To be honest?
Yeah.
So I lived in Ontario, but me and my dad got into it, and I was looking for the city of Ontario, and we clashed, and I know because I'm from East LA, so I know my roots, you know, I know you know, I mean, it sucks for me to be out here and like this, but I mean, I gotta man up and stay where I'm staying right now. So.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you think about the government? Are they doing anything to help, or
the government? To be honest, I don't think so, because if they would try to put some more housing for us. The ones that are down and out, like, they would try to help us. But it's like everywhere that we try to go or anywhere we try to do, it's like everything's shut down this, and then you go into a program, people think that they're better than you, and then it's not right, you know what I mean? Yeah, I understand, like, you work here, but we're people too, though, you know what I mean? Like,
the staff not treating you like human beings.
Yeah.
Okay, so you in housing,
yeah,
but you got so many people. Like, I see all this tents here. You go around the corner, it's tents everywhere.
Oh yeah, everywhere.
Right. So, like, what makes you different from the people here who are like not in housing?
To be honest, so I'll say the difference. If you want the help, you can get the help, but it's gonna take a minute for you to get it. But some people been here more than I've been here, and I respect it. You know, they don't want to go into the rules or whatever they want, you know. But there is help. If you want to get help, then you could get the help. But it takes a long time for you to get it, and that's why I don't understand. Is because if we've been here for so long, all these people are here. At the end of the day, you have all these housing. All these people here.
So this is housing right here, right?
Housing
right here.
Housing over there.
So there are people getting help, but continue.
Unless if we want it.
If you want it.
If you don't want it, then
you still got a lot of people outside and they don't want it. So what is the reason why they don't want it? Because I don't understand. Like, it's cold.
To be honest, I think they've been out here for so many, like maybe more than 10 years.
Right.
And they're used to it. And to be honest, that they don't need, I mean, they don't want it. Like, you can't go walk by them because they think you're disrespecting them or whatever the situation. But at the same time, they're still people, you know?
Right. Is there a requirement to stay in the housing? What are like the rules to stay in the housing?
They gotta go to the program.
Okay,
if they don't want the program,
so that's the problem. What's the program consist of?
So, to be honest, the program is you stay there till you're gonna get housed in 6 months to a year.
Right.
But at the same time, the housing people, they treat you like you're dirt. Like like you're nobody.
So that's a problem.
That's a
If they can do a better job with the program in terms of how, yeah, see, they got a little problem right here.
And that's not the only one. I had 3, mother. You a thief.
That's Skid Row right there for you, homie.
Yeah.
You f- with somebody, you know, they're gonna know about that.
Right. And if something missing come out missing, and they're right next to you.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta watch who you sleep next to, because somebody might be coming in and get into your pocket.
All you gotta say is sorry, mother.
There go this one.
I'm with them.
He's about to punch.
He's for the punch. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Don't talk about that. What do you say? Don't talk about it. I wish to God you would, homeboy. Better sit your down.
Oh, yeah, there they go.
Hey, get the on. Touch my again. See what happens. Well, he's a thief. Ain't nothing worse than a thief and a liar.
This Skid Row right here.
All right.
We come for help.
Right.
We don't try to come to start problems, but hey, excuse me.
Yeah.
I want to see what's happening over there.
He's leaving. It's just moving. But
oh, here we go.
What you want to do?
you don't. Nah.
You so scary. You so scary. You should be on Halloween Town, son. You're scary. What's happening? Come on. Come on. I mean, jump. You feeling froggy? You feeling froggy? If the shoe.
The other guy don't want to fight. Yeah.
All right.
So, one of the requirements for the program is
To be straight up and honest,
yeah.
I'm gonna be really honest.
Yeah.
If you're Mexican and there's a Mexican girl that works, she's gonna get me in.
Okay.
If you're a brother,
This
they're gonna
is
get you in.
Okay.
And that's how they work it like that.
Okay.
So that's how I'm just being honest.
No, it's okay. Yeah.
I'm just being straight up and honest.
All right.
That's how I do it, right?
Yeah.
So, because I went in way before I got here.
Somebody gonna do the paperwork to make it run smoother.
But hold on. So one of the girls, she was a
Okay.
okay, and she said there was no beds. So I found out there was 3 beds that were open with one of the homies from Long Beach, and he was like, "Hey, can you didn't get in?" I said, "Nah." She said there was no beds. I said, "All right." So I came back the next day, and then the Mexican, she's like, "We got your bunk bed." Boom.
That's it.
So I think it's just, I'm not racist. I think that's what it is. What's happening there, and they do that.
Right.
So I'm not racist. I don't do that. But at the end of the day, though, I think that people need to treat.
This is the 3rd one we've seen today. They didn't be here all day like that.
No, this is 24/7. This is all night. This is all night. So what I'm saying is that if people want help, they can get the help. There's so many shelters here, but at the end of the day, they're not going to accept you because they're going to accept who they want to accept.
What's the requirements? Do they tell you no more drugs, or do you have to take a drug test?
No alcohol. We're doing random drug testing, depending what program we get into. This one has a Christian program, supposedly.
Okay.
This one over here, the wine garden, is free house.
Okay.
So you can do whatever you want. The University Mission over there,
Over there.
the street, those are the ones that you never want to go to. Never.
Why? What's wrong with those?
Huh?
What's wrong with the ones
University Mission?
Yeah.
They do you dirty, man. You smell like cigarettes, you're out. You're out.
Oh, super
You're out. You're
strict.
back on the street. You're back on the street again. So how are they supposed to help you and then you're back on the street?
You can't even smoke a cigarette.
No. This one you could. This one you could. We have a
Area, the smoking area?
Smoking area. This one has a smoking area.
Right.
This one over there, University Commission, You smell like it, you smell like drinking, you smell like smoking, you're out. You're back on the street. But they get paid thousands and millions of dollars for what?
Are these places also helping you find work?
Yeah, this one is.
Okay.
This one is. They have papers. My counselor, her name's Daisy. And she's a real good counselor, so she like sends me if I need an ID, if I need any social security card, she shows me the way to go. They'll pick you up right here and then take you to DMV and then drop you off, and then they'll pick you back up and bring you back here.
So get you straightened up.
Everything.
That way when
But
you're trying to go
that
work.
one over there, they don't do that.
Okay.
It's on your own.
All right. You think it's a business now? It's more than help?
Yeah, I think it's business. Strictly business. I'll tell you this guy right here that runs this whole program, right? And I got it. I told him hi one time, and he walked right past me. Right past me.
If it wasn't about business, he could at least say hello to you.
No, because I told him, how you doing today, sir? Walked right past me.
Wow. And you know he heard you.
Yeah, he heard me. He heard me. He walked right past me.
Wow.
So I'm like, so I get down, I feel. Then why am I here then? Why am I here?
Right, if you don't see me as another human being, what we doing?
Yeah.
Guys, go check out Lopez. There he is. .323_. Holla at my boy, man. Tell him what's up, man. We really appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
All right.
Where is it be on?
It's gonna be on YouTube. I'm gonna show you my channel right now. Okay. Anyways, guys, leave your comments down below. Like we said, we already told you what address we're at. We're in front of one of their shelters here, just to keep
Midnight Mission.
I'll put this window down real quick. The shelter is called Donna and John Queen Center. Just in case you want to come here and give people a little hope, want to talk with them, it was an interesting thing. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. All right.
Peace.
Yo.